Evening, folks. How are we going for sound here? And it's customary that we're going to get started off with a very loud bark from my dog, who seems to be coming back to his normal self. All right, guys, so we're going to be looking at question 2 of 2021 paper. Let's get rid of that so there's no feedback coming there. So what we'll do is the usual. We'll kind of go through each question. I think we're looking at question 2 from the exam paper. So we'll do up to question 2E and then pretty much be done for the night. It might be a quick session today. Just got a few of my other things that I need to kind of work on later on tonight. So what should we do? I'm going to give you guys, let's actually start with this question. I will go through the answer at 8:06 p.m. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. How are you doing, Veda? Postman Pat? Yes, we are doing integration. Which part of NZ are you from? Well, I'm from Auckland, Postman. People are like slowly coming into the session today. No, what happened to the snow trip, Veda? What did I miss? What do you know that I don't know? Sorry, multiple windows. Right, we've got another couple of 20 seconds, guys, and then we'll actually go through the answer. Hey, Jung, welcome. Oh, yeah, no, we haven't actually had any pictures back from the guys. Like, usually we get, like, updates of pictures and things like that. But haven't actually seen any yet on our staff channel. But anyway, look, we're going to go through question 2A quickly, and then we will, as usual, I'm going to record this. Hey, Dunstan, welcome. Welcome. Let's get through this question. 4 root x. So, usual, guys, I'm going to record at the same time. So if I kind of disappear for like a few minutes, I'm recording, and then I'll come back and check the comments just to see, to answer any questions and so forth. Right, so question 2A, what we've got is integral of e to the power of 4x, and we've also got integral of 4 to the power of root x. So I'm going to replace that root x as x to the power of half dx, and then we kind of now start integrating. Now, integrating with exponential functions, we write everything as is, but we actually divide by the differentiation of the power. So in this case, differentiation of 4x is 4. And then we've got plus 4x to the power of half plus 1. And of course, this is all divided by the new power, which is half plus 1. And of course, we've actually got the plus c. Now, if you want to simplify this, you can actually simplify this further. E to the power of 4x over 4 plus 4x to the power of 1.5 divided by 1.5. Well, 4 divided by 1.5, you can kind of do that in the calculator straight away. And so we can just get rid of that denominator. I think it's like a weird as. Yeah, it is a decimal, but you know what? I want to convert that to, wait, let's just try this. 4 divided by 1.5, 8 over 3. So let's actually do that. So we're going to put that as 8 over 3 plus c. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that as 8 over 3. You could have left it as in that second line as what I did. Plus c is actually not required, so you guys will get an achieved for this particular question, getting up to there. On the chats, guys, if you guys got any questions, just feel free to ask. Comsci. Yeah, Miss Al-Salehi should make you work hard. Waiter, catch you later. Better put those comments in, man. Better put those comments in. Yeah, Cherry, it's interesting. Like, I'm having a look at the answer schedule here. Look at that. Plus C is actually not... Oh, His Majesty has returned. Plus C is actually not required, so... What? Oh, showing my back. Anyway, so yeah. Seems like they're probably getting a bit lenient with these questions. Will you get down for having plus C? I know, right, Cherry? Because it's like, Ted, no, you're supposed to have plus C because there is supposed to be a constant when you integrate it. But look at that. Like, I mean, I remember in 2009, like if you'd forget the plus C, you would actually get no grade for it. In fact, I remember in 2014, I marked a paper, and when a kid forgot plus C, his whole paper got just hammered because of that, missing that plus C. Anyway, guys, let's go to question 2b. So here we go, question 2b. Leave it like that. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to maybe have a go at this question. We'll go through this at 8:12, eh? What? Come here. Good boy. All right. I'm gonna say hi to Cherry. Cherry, you wanted to see Watson, right? Yeah, I was looking at that, Dunstan. I've got the idea ready. There, this is Watson. Hey, you alright? Yeah, he actually ran away on Sunday and he caused us a lot of grief. Hey, you little munchkin. So, nah, he's back now. So, okay. Okay. I was super worried about him on Sunday night, but yeah. I think if he didn't return on Sunday night, I would have been like not running any tutorials at all this week because I'd have just fell. That was my mistake. I left one of the gates open at the back when I was giving him a wash. Forgot about it, and then we went out, came back home, and he had gone looking for us. Okay. All right. Right. Back to work. What? Stop crumbling. There you go. Alright, catch you later, buddy. TJ, complex number is already done, buddy. The 2021 paper is done. Integration, we're going through it right now, and then I think on Sunday I'll finish putting it all together. Yeah, so we'll do that. Yeah, so me neither, to be honest, but I've not seen a question like this in a long time, so let's actually go through it. Differentiation I finished last week, Jiong, and I think I released the video last night for it. So differentiation and complex numbers for 2021 is already done. All right, so how do we do this question? I'm going to start recording. So this question, like I said, I've not seen it in quite a bit of time. But what you can do is when you actually have integrals, right? So when you actually have h of x plus 2 dx, because it's kind of, you can separate it. So what I mean by that is you can actually rewrite this as h of x dx plus between 5 to 1 2 dx. All right, and we already know what this part here is, because this part here is actually worth 6. So we're going to replace this with 6 plus integral of 2 is 2x. So this is going to become 2x, and that's between 5 and 1. So what we're going to get is 6 plus 2 times 5 minus 2 times 1. So we're going to get 6 plus 10 minus 2, which actually gives us 14. So straightforward, there is no negotiations here. You've got to get the answer of 14 for this to get an achieved grade. Yeah, I guess, TJ, you could actually kind of say that it is by integration by parts, but geez, I haven't actually done that in quite a long time. But pretty much it falls under the same kind of ideology, I guess. Now, Beckham, I've not. This is from 2021, last year's exam, main paper. Now, integration by parts is different, isn't it? Because I'm trying to think. Like, maybe it is. Geez, I've not done. Let me just have a look what it is. Integration by parts. No, integration by parts is different because that's like UV-dV, which is different. This is like kind of similar to, what's that rule? I can't think of it at the moment. But it's not integration by parts. I'm like, sorry, I've not done that in a while. Yeah, Crimson, it was a while ago, but I think it's because of adding. I kind of remember it from a while ago but I don't remember this kind of tricky achieved question in a long time. For an achieved anyway. Like if you look at the next question, which is a merit, you'd be like, I don't really want to waste time on this achieved question. But anyway, let's actually go to the next question, guys. See, like this one here. I understand. This one is like, okay, this is a merit question. I can do this. I am going to give you guys about 4 minutes for this question, all right? So 4 minutes, so we're going to go through the answer at 8:19. By the way, remember, if you have forgotten, I will add the... I'm going to see if I can try and do this. It's going to be a bit tricky, but I'll try. Calculus formula sheet. And the part that I'm interested in is the product rule, sine 6x, sine 2x. All right, let me see if this is going to work or not. Window capture. What am I doing? Level 3 calculus. Eesh, that is quite small. No, that does not help. Sorry, just kind of playing around with this. There we go, but how do I move this sideways? Much better. There we go, guys. That should actually help you guys out with doing this question. Just a hint for you guys. Yep, that's from the product rule, TJ. if you're interested in the answer, the final answer you should be getting is, oh, actually no, you guys can do that on the calculator. You guys can actually do the answer on the calculator, so you really don't need me to tell you the answer. Is it, like, I've got to ask this question, TJ and Tomasi, are you guys actually in the same class or the same school or completely different areas? Because it looks like long lost friends who have not seen each other for such a long time. Just, oh, okay. Is it a big school that you guys don't actually know each other, that you do calc? $24.8. Oh wow. Okay. TBC. Ah. What's TBC? Is it Tauranga Boys College? Always have to get these abbreviations. Oh, it is Tauranga Boys. Nice. Yeah, cool. All right, let's go through this question. I'm gonna leave this screen up here. Where is the screen? Okay, so for question 2C here, guys, what I'm gonna be doing is, before I actually start with this question at all, one of the things that I like to do is find out what the answer in the graphics calculator is, because in the calculator you're going to get the most accurate answer, right? And once you get the accurate answer, as long as you manipulate this integral and write all the necessary things, you can actually get a fairly easy merit. So I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to click on option, and I'm going to go to calc, and there's my integral button. I'm going to click on this integral button, and I'm going to put sine 6x, so sine 6x multiplied by sine 2x. There's my sine 2x. My lower limit is 0, and my upper limit is pi over 8, so shift pi divided by 8. All right, so when I do this, there's my answer right now. So it's 1 over 8. Now, if you just put 1 over 8 here, you are not going to get any grade for it, all right? But what we have done here is we've actually got the accurate answer, the correct answer. So even if you do make mistakes with your integration, or you make mistakes with kind of like putting it in the calculator, it doesn't matter. You've actually got the right answer. So keep that in the back of your head, 1 over 8 as your answer. Now, when we actually have two trigonometric functions and they're getting multiplied by each other, we've actually got a product. We've got to use a product rule here. Well, not product rule, but like that product thing from this particular thing here, which is on your formula sheet. So we've got 2 sine A sine B equals cos A minus B, blah, 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 whatever. All right, so we're going to use particularly this one here. That's the one we're looking at. But we're going to rewrite it a little bit, all right? So we're going to write this as sine A sine B equals cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. And everything is now going to be divided by 2, because all I've done is I've actually taken this 2 here and I've brought it across to the denominator there. Cool. So now that's done. Let's get rid of this. Can I still go here? Yep, that's better. So with that in mind, I'm going to start doing the substitution of A and B first. I'm not integrating yet. I'm just substituting A and B. So in this case, I know that A is equal to 6x and B is equal to 2x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down integral of pi over 8 and 2. And I've got here cos A minus B. So that could be written as cos 6x minus 2x minus cos of A, which is 6x plus 2x. And the whole thing is divided by 2. Now, because it's being divided by 2, I can actually take that half out of the integral, like kind of like a similar to a common factor, kind of like a bracket kind of thing, right? So I'm going to take that half out, and I'm left with just cos 4x minus cos of 8x. So with that in mind, now I've actually got to integrate it. All right, so now I'm going to integrate it, and I've got half bracket. Now integration of cos is sine, so I'm going to get sine 4x, but of course remember it's got to be divided by the differentiation of whatever's inside the bracket here, which happens to be 4, and then minus integration of cos is sine, so I've got sine 8x, and of course I've also got to divide by the differentiation of whatever the bracket is, in this case, which is 8. And all of this is between pi over 8 and 0. Now here is my lazy trick that I will actually tell you guys, all right? So at this point what I tend to do is I kind of do this. I go half of, and I actually write this down so I can actually show the marker that I know what I'm doing here, minus sine 8, what is it, 8 times pi over 8 over 8, and of course I'm going to put this under double bracket, minus sine of 0 over 4 minus sine of 0 over 8. So I do that, but in reality, guys, I'm not going to actually put all of this in the calculator. Why? Because I know what the answer is. It's 1 over 8. So just do that, because that's all you need to do. Because look at the answer schedule. I want to show you guys the answer schedule, right? So check this out. In the answer schedule, they have shown that, you know, they're converting that 6 sine x to the cos x 4x. They've integrated it. Then they've shown a line of substitution, and then they just show equals 1 over 8. Well, guess what? That's what we did as well. We kind of showed it, but this entire part right here that's in, I just realized you guys can't actually see my mouse here, but this entire part, I am not going to waste by actually putting that in the graphics calculator, or any calculator for that matter, because there's a very high chance I could actually make a mistake with that, right? So which is why I kind of just did that whole thing right at the beginning, where I actually worked out what the answer is, which is 1 over 8. And then as long as I get the integration right, then I can just put that as my final answer, and I'm good to go for a very easy merit. Yeah, it's not a bad merit question, this one. All right, how are we going here, guys, for... Sorry, I just read through the question. Hang on, let's see. Wow, I missed. Taranga boys. Hi, Hugo, welcome. Don't you need to show working cos AB? I think I'm 12, same, lower 0. Oh, did I wrote 2? Ah, okay, I see what the mistake is. Okay. Right. Yeah, there's my mistake there. Sorry, that should have been a 0 there. Now, interesting thing is, like, look, even though I made that mistake, I kind of rectified it because I knew what I was doing for the end as 1 over 8, and I knew that it was between pi over 8 and 0. So yeah, even though it was a minor error, this would still be getting a full merit grade for it. Okay, I missed a lot of comments there. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of going back. Fix, did it wrong. Yep, did that. Yep. Sorry Ted, that was my mistake. The calculator simulator, Jiong, it's it's an old present of mine from someone that I knew that knows someone that knows someone that gave to a friend of his. Now, Sky wasn't trolling. Sky was right. Sky did see the 2. Oh, look, I did it twice. I actually put, jeez. Yeah, it looks like I made another mistake there. There we go. That should be 0 as well. It's going to be fun for the guys that are actually watching this as a replay. They're going to be like, what the hell is happening here? Sorry, guys. It's just doing 2 things at the same time. You can do that, King Zag, if you want to. I mean, like, I can do it, but I just can't be bothered, to be honest. That's why, Alistair, I tend to use the calculator, because then I know that I get the right answer. Newton's law of cooling. Vilo, we actually did that yesterday, that question. Like, not Newton's law of cooling, but we did a similar one. Wait, what did I miss here? Cherry, the order. Well, I don't think the order would matter, Cherry. As long as you match the A and B, then it actually should be okay. It's all about matching it, right? I mean, if I do sine B times sine A, then it would actually be cos B minus A minus cos B plus A. So you still kind of doing something similar there. Anything else, guys, before we move on to the next question? His Majesty has gone to sleep. Nope. Okay, let's go to the next one then. Oh, by the way, grades. I've completely forgot about the grades. Jeez. Yeah, talk about kind of messing around here. Okay, so what are we going to get? Correct solution with correct integration is merit. So 1 over 8 is merit. Correct integration, limits not needed, is going to get you an achieved. So a lot of people think that this is the integration part. So you need to be careful, right? You're just rearranging things there. You're not really integrating. Even here, you're not integrating. You're still kind of like just substitution. So in fact, you kind of need to get this part correct to actually get an achieved, because that's where you're integrating. All right, everything else, you're just kind of substituting and kind of rearranging the question. All right, let's go to the next question here. Here we go, question D. Rishant, it's actually from 2021. Yeah, not sure why it does that, King Zag. Like, I mean, I have it at 360 and it's still fuzzy ass. How do you change it to higher quality? Well, maybe it's because I'm streaming up and streaming down. All right, let me just zoom into this question so you guys got a bit more vision in it. There we go. So I'm going to go through this answer at about 8:34, guys, and while I answer some side chats here. This one, that lot simpler than you think, Jung. Why would you guys do that? Why do you guys would complicate it like that? Guys, this is just a standard 1 over x. Yeah, I guess you could do that, TJ. But alternatively, you could also do this. There. So Jung, have a look at that. 1 over x is just ln of x plus c. Oh, sorry, didn't realize this was in the question way of the question. There we go. King Zag, if you have like a second derivative parametric question, it's like a gimme, man. It's a gimme. It's all right, Jung. Sometimes we kind of overcomplicate things. Although this is probably the moment, if you were in my classroom, I would probably pull up my t-shirt right now in front of you. Just for the sheer hilarity of it. Sky is thinking 0.36. Oh, no, the answer is actually saying something else. Rishant, you're on the money there. No, you can't do that, TJ, because 3, because you've got to remember, you can't take 3 out of the denominator, because then it'll be 1x minus 4 over 3. You guys are going to get frustrated with this question because it's actually... Jeez, why are you guys complicating it like that? Like, trust me, you don't need to complicate it like that. Yeah, you're right, King Zag, because it's that second differentiation, right? But the thing is, like, look, if you look at the parametric equations, I know it's right there, so I'm just going to kind of put it up there. All you got to do is just follow that, man. And you're pretty much good to go. It's just like learning where to substitute what, and then you're good to go. All right, let's go through the answer for this particular question. All right, guys. So in this question, what we have got is we've actually got 1 over x. All right, if you think about it, like the reason I say 1 over x is because there's x to the power of 1 in the denominator. So with that in mind, we can kind of straight away see that we are going to be using, I can't select it, but we're going to actually be using this thing right here, because 1 over x is just ln of x plus c. All right, so with that in mind, what we're going to do is we've actually got integral of k and 2, 6 over 3x minus 4 dx. All of this is equal to 4. All right, that's what the question actually says, and we're trying to figure out what k is. Now, some people are saying, yes, James, you could actually you could do u substitution, but in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it straight up, man. It's ln. So I've got 6 ln of 3x minus 4. Don't need to worry about the plus c because we got definite integrals, but there's one part that we do need to remember. We actually have to divide by the differentiation of whatever's inside this bracket. Now you can have a look at it, and in this case 3x minus 4, the differentiation of 3x minus 4 is 3, so we're going to put that here, and that's between k and 2, and this is equal to 4. All right, so what do we have? We've got 6 divided by 3, which is 2, so we've got 2 ln of 3x minus 4, and that's between k and 2, which equals to 4. So now we're going to substitute k and 2. So we're going to get 2 ln of 3k minus 4 minus 2 ln of 3 times 2 minus 4. And all of that is equal to 4. Just want to double check if I'm actually on the right track. Yep, everything's looking good. So we've got, I'm going to take 2 out as a common factor, which means I'm going to get ln of, and I'm going to put this as 3k minus 4 minus ln of 2 is equal to 4. So with this in mind, I'm going to take 4 to the other side. And when I take 4 to the other side, I'm going to get ln of 3k minus 4 minus ln of 2 is equal to 4 divided by 2. And I'm going to get 2. So in that case, I've got ln of, I'm going to change this bracket, but I hate writing it in absolute value, but yeah, it is what it is. Equals 4 divided by 2 is 2, and I've got plus ln of 2. Okay, now I just need to figure out what k is equal to, right? So I'm going to take exponentials for both of these things. So what I'm going to do is put it as e to the power of on both sides. So remember, e and ln cancel out each other. So what I've got here is 3k minus 4 is equal to e to the power of 2 plus ln of 2. All right, next thing, I'm going to add plus 4 to it. So I've got 3k is equal to, can I do this any further? I'm trying to make it easy, but you know what, let's just do it this way, it's fine. I mean, I could do e to the power of 2 plus ln of 2. I can get rid of it, but that's all right. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I've got plus 4, and then k is equal to e to the power of 2 plus ln of 2 plus 4, and the whole thing is divided by 3. I'll put that plus 4 in red so you guys can actually see what's happening. So I could actually leave my answer like this, because in the answer schedule, which I'm going to show you guys very shortly, there you go, you can actually leave your answer like that, 2e to ln of 2 plus 4 over 3, or you can actually write the final answer, which is 6.26 as well. So either way is fine. Grades wise, I mean, I would have actually just left it like this, which means I'm going to get a merit for it. Correct integration is going to get you an achieved, so that is this line here is going to get you an achieved. So again, for this question, I could have actually done it in the calculator to figure out what k is, but at level 3 they don't mind you leaving your answers in exponential form and ln form. So keep that in mind as well, all right? Just saves a bit of time when you're working with a merit question. Right. Will you get penalized for putting 2 at the top and k on bottom? Sorry, I'm just gonna, well, Jong, if you do that, you're gonna end up with a negative answer. So I would probably say you will not get the right answer if you put the 2 on top and k at the bottom. Yes, Sky, you put e to the power of to get rid of the ln. Yeah, 6.26 is the answer. Cool, you got that. Miss Blossom, come back next year. You'll kind of understand what's happening here. TJ, that what you've done is absolutely right, and you're still going to get the same answer. So it's not going to make a difference there. Because all you're going to end up with at the end of it, you're still going to end up with 2 ln of 3x minus 4. Subtract logs before. Would I do that? Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, it will work as well. Yeah, you could do that one as well. Who was it? Where did I see? James. Yeah, that could work as well. Does it? Yeah, but the answer schedule, what they do is like they skip a couple of steps, right? So yeah, it's fine, TJ. You can do it your way. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, Joshua, 6.24 is still correct, I believe. Well, as long as you have your working, right? Because sometimes you can round off things a bit early. Nah, Cherry, you'll be fine. Give Jazz a kiss. All right, let's go to the E question. Looks like you guys are pretty good with this merit question. It's not a bad merit question, you know. I think it's just the one I would say is get used to doing long division, because they tend to put that question every now and then with long division as well. So it's always good to kind of know that question. I think somebody sent me a long division question which I need to answer, but I will get to it. Okay, so we've done this. Let's go to the excellence one. Oh no, why is it not? There we go. Looks like another DE question, guys, and I'm gonna give you guys a good maybe 6 minutes to do this. Remember with the differential equation question, bring all the y's together, x's together, and good luck. Go forth and conquer this question. I'm gonna go through this answer at maybe 8:48 or 50 maybe. Let's put that down. Let's go 8:50. Incidents. Why that one? TJD questions are really easy, man. You just gotta cross multiply and just off you go. How did she get that? What happened here? What did I miss? And I was just kind of looking through very carefully, not carefully, very sparsely at some of you guys' answers. If you got 4.5, you're pretty much halfway there to getting this excellence question, guys. Well, okay. I know some of, like, once you guys get your answer, right, like, have a look at this. Have a look at this right here. You know, if you look at those two distance right there, if you get an answer of 4, you know you're incorrect, right? But if you get an answer of higher than 10, you know you're incorrect as well, because that's kind of roughly drawn to a scale. Rough idea. Yeah, if you look at 5.372, it kind of looks 5.372 because from here to here is 4. And you got that little extra bit that's kind of sticking out. It's not really 6 because it's not between 3 and 3. Just visual check, visual compromise. Let me know if compromise, visual check. All right, if you guys are good to go, I've got another 2 minutes before I go through the answer. But if you guys did get 5.372, guys, you are going to get an E8 for that question, I believe. Is it? E8? 1T, 2T? Yep, definitely E8 if you get 5.372. Don't worry, Sky. This is a really good question to go through, and we'll give people another couple of minutes. But Postman Pat, I think that's what it is, right? Like, see, what you have to do is that you are basically practicing again and again and again, right? So you kind of face these situations. When you do get to an exam situation, you've done these types of questions so many times that you go, yep, I know what I'm doing. Because that's the whole point of exam papers, right? You guys just don't do 1 or 2 exam papers. There is like, what, 9 years worth of exam papers. You add that with all your SynCos papers and your Cohia papers and then your NZAM papers, and then you do your D&D books. Man, you're talking about, what, you would have at least, 30 papers, easily, 30, 40 papers. You got to do that. See you, Harrison. Substitute, Jiong, substitute a point. I think you've done that, so then isn't it just substituting the values? TJ, it doesn't matter, because like a constant plus, because theoretically you get constants on both sides, but when you bring that constant to the right hand side, oh god, I don't know which side, my camera is reversed and I always get confused with this. I'm gonna try. That's my right hand, that's my left hand. Okay, so when you bring terms either way, right, it's a constant minus a constant, which equals another constant. So you just put plus c on one side. All right, guys, let's go through this question. Okay, so what we have is we do have a differential equation for this particular question here. So I'm going to actually kind of bring all the elements that I want and the ones that I don't want on one side. So in other words, I'm going to cross multiply, and this is going to end up looking like y dy equals 2 over e 0.5x dx. Now I need to integrate both of these symbols. So when I actually integrate both of these symbols, a good help is that bringing that e to the power of 0.5x to the numerator. So I'm going to get y dy is equal to integral of 2e negative 0.5x dx. So now I'm going to integrate the functions. So on this side I've got y squared over 2 equals, when you integrate exponential functions, you write everything as is, so 2e negative 0.5x. But of course you got to divide by the differentiation of whatever the power is, which in this case is negative 0.5. And of course we've got to put the plus c, all right? We have to put the plus c in this. So I've got y squared over 2 equals 2 divided by negative 0.5 is negative 4. So negative 4e to the power of 0.5x plus c. Okay, so this part right here is going to get you an achieved, all right? And again, c is actually not required to get the achieved. So just this part is going to get you an achieved. Now the next thing is we do need to work out what c is. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to use this point right here, which happens to be 0, 1. Maybe I should just get rid of that. Yeah, 0, 1 is what we're going to use. So in here, I've got 0 and 1. So y squared, so y is equal to 1. So I've got 1 squared over 2 equals negative 4e negative 0.5 times 0 plus c. So 1 over 2, that's just 0.5, equals negative 4. And then e to the power of 0 is just 1 plus c. So then c is equal to 0.5 plus 4, which gives me a c value of 4.5. So my equation is y squared over 2 equals minus 4e negative 0.5x plus 4.5. So if you get up to this part, you actually get a merit. Now to get that excellence, all we got to do is work out the distance between P and Q. Now what happens is if I actually substitute 3, I'm going to get a y value, which is the yellow part. And then if I want to get the distance between P and Q, I need to double that yellow part there. And of course, x is equal to 3. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say y squared over 2 equals negative 4e negative 0.5. And I've said 3 plus 4.5. So I've got y squared over 2 equals, let's actually work all of this out in the calculator. What do we got? So negative 4 multiplied by e to the power of 3 times negative 0.5 is negative 1.5 and plus 4.5, which gives me this number here, which is whatever this is, 3.606074. I'm just going to leave it like that. Then y squared is equal to 2 times 3.6074, and then y is equal to square root of whatever this number is. Now, of course, the reason I'm putting this is because I'm just going to do the multiplication here. So I'm just going to go times 2. And then, of course, I'm going to take square root of this right here, which actually gives me y is equal to 2.686. Therefore, distance of PQ is equal to 2 times 2.686, which actually equals to 5.372. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, and the final answer there is going to get you guys the excellence grade. It's actually pretty nice little excellence question, to be honest. I mean, for the amount of time it actually took us to solve that, you know, especially if you are quite comfortable with what do you call it, differential equations, then you can get this excellence question in no time. It's not a bad one for this paper. All right, which way? True over square root. Okay, all right. Had to dust off the pen and paper for that one. Why we can't use 3,0? Because 3,0 doesn't actually work, fella. Because 3,0 is the curves actually doesn't actually go through 3,0. Yeah, you could have used, but the thing is, you don't know where it cuts the x-axis as well. Like, you don't know what this point right here is. And because you don't know what that point is, you can't actually use that point. What's the most common mistake to be avoided? With exponential functions, people forget to actually do that red part where they divide by negative 0.5. It's the most common mistake people tend to do. Yeah, Crimson, like, you know, when you first look at the question, sometimes people go, oh, no, it's too hard, man. But, you know, once you start doing it, and this is the thing that I was talking to about, someone else posted earlier about, hey, you know, we're kind of doing the, at home, it's a lot easier compared to the exam. But in reality, it's, what was I going to say? In reality, the more practice you guys do, these questions actually become a lot more easier. Nah, that one you can't solve by average. I think you'd have to factorize it first. You have to factorize and get rid of it. Why did we pick 0 and 1 as the coordinates? Because it 0 and 1, the curve actually goes through 0 and 1. That's why we picked that as the coordinates to work with. Because that 0, 1 is actually on the curve itself. Integrating with decimals or fractions really depends on the question, Average. TJ, I've heard of people trying it, and sometimes it is possible. I would almost say do the merit questions first, and then attempt that one excellence question that's going to boost your guaranteed 8 points. All right, because sometimes what happens is like people attempt 3 excellence question, and get that 3rd excellence question completely wrong. They only get a maximum of 14 points, which is actually unachieved, even though they got 2 excellence questions correct. Jiong, yes, you can actually use 0, -1 as the coordinates in that as well. Yeah, Crimson, I think it's practice, man. Like, the more questions you do, the more practice you get. And like I said to you guys before, like, look, if you guys ask your teachers for like the extra papers, you will be exposed to so many different types of questions. And you'd find that actually, yeah, it's actually not too bad, like, because you're exposed to it. Average, I'm talking about minor errors as well. Like, sometimes people attempt excellence questions, and if they get a minor error, they only get an E7. But if they get it full 2 E questions correct and they miss the 3rd one, then they're only going to get 16 points, which is a merit. Huh. Oh, no worries, Cherry. Yeah, like, there's a couple of questions in integration that seems to be coming all the time. So I think in 2017 or 16, I did a whole bunch of tutorials. Lots of questions that get repeated. Let's crack up Beckham. We did do that once. We did do excellence questions tutorials, like 3. We pick like 3 excellence questions and then just do the 3 excellence questions from like 2016 or something like that. We can do that. That's not a problem. Because I think I haven't actually done some of the older papers. Because the older papers, I never got around to it. I just don't have time, man. Like, I try and put like 1 hour a day for YouTube, and that's like for the tutorials, but that's about it. Is there a delay? No, it's not a delay. Did I do a merit marathon? I can't actually remember if I did a merit marathon. We could do something like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool though, Mario. 9 excellence questions. Yes, Jiong, we'll do something else. Like, maybe we'll do something like I don't know. I'm thinking, should we do something like a merit marathon for complex numbers from like 2015 or something like that? We can do something like that. Like, I'll say which merit marathon you guys want to do, and then we can do those questions. Just the merit questions. Like, we'll do all the 6 merit questions in like one session, and then maybe one day we'll do like all the excellence questions. Excellence marathon takes like 90 minutes, man, because it's like, by the time, unless it's like a question like today's excellence took only like 10 minutes. We started it at 8:50 and we finished it. Nah, Jiong, I don't do stats. It's too much work. Stats is like a lot of reading and writing. Yeah, Postman, I think it's because nah, like average, I'm not sure what they're doing. Like I've seen some really weird things they've done where like they're giving like two excellence questions in calculus as well, which I thought was a bit strange, but you know, I don't know, man. They just keep doing different things. Like, don't get me wrong, Postman Pat, I actually enjoy the live streams as well because like in the night times when I'm making videos, it sometimes can be a drag because it's like I prefer doing a 1 hour live stream compared to a 10-minute video because live streams is like, you can actually have a chat and just chill out and just kind of do things at a slow speed. The fastest I've done all three calculus externals was 1 hour and 20, I think it was. I did all three papers with full answers. 1 hour 20 was the fastest I took. Hey Mario, that is so true. It is still lol never. I think it was the 2013 paper. No calculator as well, by the way. I don't like to use calculators for calculus exams. I actually, like, to be honest, I think when you, like, I don't know, I've never really got into Skull, like, it was a 2013 paper, Beckham. The 2013 paper, I got it back, and I remember I got the papers, and my students left the exam at 4:30. I think it was in the afternoon. No, it was they did a morning exam, and they were getting ready for one of their exams in the afternoon. And some of the kids hanged around, and they said, "Oh, can you do the paper?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I literally did a speed run without a calculator. Because without a calculator, it's actually a lot faster. Because you tend to leave your answer in like ln and e's and fractions. So like you just kind of fly through it. So that's why, like, I don't even this time around, if you remember, like, I think we only used the calculator for like a couple of questions, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the average score is annoying because it's like, and I know like some schools actually take like 3 years kind of doing skull for kids, and I'm like, it's no point, man. Like, what, like, I don't find it interesting. It's like, you know, I mean, let me put it this way. It's like, my no one has asked like me what grades I got in university for a job interview. Like, nobody, absolutely no one. Like, if you look at and if you compare my grades with somebody who got a maths degree in the same year as me, if you compare the guy that got the highest grades and then me scraping through C's and failing like a hundred, like few, 20, 30 papers, God knows how many I've failed. But it doesn't matter. What matters is like how fast you can adapt and how fast you can actually kind of like get with the program and just get on with the job. And like most of the time, that's what it is, right? Like no one cares about what grades you got in uni. Can you teach? Can you do the job? That's all. Like my wife is studying at the moment, and I keep telling her, you know, like what, like C's get you degrees. That's it. The a C gets you a degree as much as an A does, but that's me being lazy. But when it comes to the job, you kind of just work through. What are you up to, Jinlong? You're doing some stats questions. Yeah, I guess different people find different thing. Like, yeah, it sucks how you guys have like these entrance requirements, right? Like, what papers that I find it hard at uni? Uh, like I did engineering for a year, and I found the engineering papers kind of like really hard. Like just the amount of work you were expected to do, and I was like, geez, I'm lazy, man. I'm like, I can't do that. I did find some of the core maths papers quite tough, but by level 3, I kind of learned how to pass. I figured out the kind of like cheat code really. I did engineering for a year, and then I changed to maths. Sky, you gotta work hard, man. Like, man, those engineering boys, they work hard. Like, yeah, Beckham's a long time. I think he's been here from 2019, I believe. Did his MCAT. I'm sure your name popped up during the MCAT in 2019. Is that correct, Beckham? You've been here from 2019 with MCAT? Neither, Riven or Ravine. Neither gave me depression. Chemistry did though. Chemistry, ugh, that really killed me, man. I struggled through chemistry. I like honestly, I think in my year when we did the mocks, we all used to kind of compare grades. I think I still remember in my year when I did my mocks, I came out with the lowest mark in chemistry in the whole school and the highest mark in stats in the whole school. It was hilarious because everybody was like giving me grief for chemistry, and then I aced my stats, calc, physics. Physics I got a pretty decent mark as well, but chemistry, man, I just got the lowest mark in the whole school, and my chemistry teacher just like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you understand this? You understand maths, you should understand chemistry. I was like, oh, I don't get this. Good night, King Sag. Actually, guys, I should call it a night as well. Anyway, look, we'll be back tomorrow to finish off question 3 in integration. So have a good night, guys, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. Yep, I think we're past our bedtime here, folks. Good night, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? We'll finish question 3 tomorrow, and then we'll kind of decide what we want to do next week, whether we want to do a merit marathon or an excellence marathon. I'll put it up on Insta and community just to get some ideas. Take care, guys. Getcha.